It's important to say that the feeling at Liverpool is that Newcastle are still very active on the strikers market because they know that Alexander Isak is not changing his mind. That Alexander Isak wants to go to Liverpool, that Alexander Isak has no intention to return to a normal conversation with Newcastle for new contract, and so Liverpool keep hoping. Liverpool maintain their confidence in trying to make the deal happen for Alexander Isak. So let's follow the situation, let's follow the story, but for sure it remains a concrete opportunity. We want to see Alexander Isak as a new Liverpool player. So the conversation will continue. It's going to be a week where Liverpool will maintain their contacts active on player side, and where Newcastle will try to find their new striker, because now they have their new defender, Malik Chow. They are still looking, according to my information, for a midfielder, an offensive midfielder, and a striker. These two positions for Newcastle to cover. So let's see what they're going to do. We know about Nicholas Jackson being an option, not the only one.
So Van Dijk with more interesting comments, Charlie, because he actually suggested that Liverpool could do with another striker, which of course prompts more Isak speculation. Let's say that Isak does go to Liverpool. I mean, just how strong will they be?
Oh, they're very strong. So at the top end of the pitch, I mean, they'll be very strong. But ultimately, the way I look at the moment, they're strong now. If he comes in, then they'll really take to another level, because that's the type of player he is. But I think you need to look in the defensive area. They need another centre half, because Conte's only got 1 year left. And they don't want to go through the scenario that they had to with Van Dijk and Salah last year. Not at all.
Alexander-Arnold, who ended up going.
Exactly. But Konate's number one to Verge, isn't he? Next to him is his partner. So you can't imagine him, you wouldn't want to leave him on a free. He goes on a free, that's the problem. So you only allow him to leave on a free if you've got someone that's replacing, but he's in already for the year. And that's why I think the speculations come out with Mark Guehi.
Jamie Carragher had some good quotes last week saying, yes, he does want Liverpool to sign Isak, but he thinks it's a heck of a lot of money. And also, again, like you're saying, at the back, that's somewhere they need to strengthen too. If it was one or the other, I'm not saying that it is, but if it was one or the other, would you prioritise centre-back rather than Isak?
After yesterday, I'd say centre-half, yeah. After yesterday, so much quality at the top end of the pitch. Verts was brilliant, little pockets that he picks up a space, moves the ball really well. A lot of the game went through him. And Ekitike showed his quality, not only scoring the goal, because the goal was brilliant, first touch, etc., but his hold-up play was superb. Little flicks round the corner, bringing the defender in, little up-back and throughs. He was superb, and as watching as a centre-forward, I thought he was phenomenal yesterday, yeah.
If Isak comes in, you can't just aim for the Premier League, you've got to aim for the Champions League as well. Quite as simple as that, of course.
No, it's not, but it certainly puts you right up there in the conversation, don't it? Let's be honest, that is almost like the cherry on the cake. But I again agree with what he's saying. It's great business, but if you don't get in a centre half, then you almost leave the door ajar, and Liverpool don't want to do that.
Liverpool are closing in on a sensational move for Newcastle United striker Alexander Isak, after submitting an improved bid believed to be in the region of £150 million. Their initial offer, reportedly worth around £110 million, was firmly rejected by Newcastle, who have been reluctant to part ways with their star forward. However, Liverpool are now preparing a significantly stronger second bid, buoyed by recent player sales that have generated over £120 million, including deals involving Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez, Kevin Kelleher, and others. The Reds have made Isak their top attacking priority this summer as they look to reshape their front line under new head coach Arne Slot. The 25-year-old Swedish international has been in electrifying form for both club and country, and is seen as an ideal long-term replacement for Núñez. Isak's combination of pace, composure, and finishing ability has made him a standout target, perfectly suited to Liverpool's attacking blueprint. In a dramatic development, Isak has now made it clear that he will not return to Newcastle and is only interested in a move to Liverpool. Sources close to the player have confirmed that he has informed the club of his desire to leave, with Anfield his sole preferred destination. This stance has increased the pressure on Newcastle, who must now consider serious offers to avoid a drawn-out standoff. With RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko no longer available, having joined Manchester United, Newcastle are actively seeking replacements, with Brentford's Yoane Wissa and Chelsea's Nicholas Jackson emerging as key targets. The Magpies are weighing up their options as Liverpool continue to push ahead in negotiations. If completed, the deal could become one of the most expensive transfers in Premier League history. Liverpool are determined to secure Isak's signature before the window closes and view the striker as a central figure in their ambition to challenge for major honours in the upcoming season. Talks are accelerating, and with the player's stance now clear, a breakthrough could be imminent. Liverpool are keeping a close eye on Real Madrid forward Rodrygo as a potential alternative if their pursuit of top target Alexander Isak falls through. While the Merseyside club remains fully focused on securing a deal for the Newcastle United striker, they are also preparing contingency plans behind the scenes, with Rodrygo emerging as a leading option. The Reds have already submitted an improved bid of around £150 million for Isak, but negotiations with Newcastle remain complex, especially with the Magpies reluctant to sell unless they can secure a suitable replacement. Although Isak has reportedly made it clear he wants to join Liverpool and won't return to Newcastle, the deal still faces several hurdles, prompting Liverpool to explore other elite-level options. Rodrygo, who has enjoyed significant success at Real Madrid, is seen as a player who could bring both versatility and star quality to Liverpool's front line. The Brazilian international is capable of playing across the front three and would provide a dynamic, creative presence under new head coach Arne Slot. However, prizing him away from the Spanish giants would not be easy, especially with Kylian Mbappe now part of Real Madrid's attacking setup, which could either complicate or accelerate a potential exit for Rodrygo. Liverpool are monitoring the situation closely and are prepared to act swiftly if the Isak deal collapses. While their priority remains the Swedish striker, the club is determined not to be left short in attack and is ready to move for Rodrygo if necessary. Liverpool are set to make Marc Guehi their next major signing of the summer, with the club now in advanced talks with Crystal Palace over a deal for the England international defender. With head coach Arne Slot keen to reinforce a backline that has lost depth through injuries and departures, Guehi has emerged as a priority target. The 25-year-old centre-back is entering the final year of his contract at Selhurst Park, and Liverpool are preparing a significant bid in the region of £40 to £45 million to secure his signature. Guehi, who captained Crystal Palace last season and impressed for England at Euro 2024, is said to be eager to make the move to Anfield. Sources close to the player have confirmed that he would jump at the chance to join Liverpool, where he would add quality, composure, and leadership to a defensive unit that is entering a period of transition. His Premier League experience and tactical intelligence make him a natural fit for Slot's progressive and high-energy playing style. A move for Guehi has become even more urgent for Liverpool with Ibrahima Konate entering the final year of his contract. While the French defender remains a key figure when fit, ongoing fitness concerns and uncertainty around his long-term future have pushed the club to accelerate their search for defensive reinforcements. Liverpool have already sold Jarell Quansah to Bayer Leverkusen this summer, further highlighting the need for a reliable centre-back addition. Crystal Palace, aware of Guehi's contractual situation, are open to a sale to avoid losing him on a free next summer. Chairman Steve Parish has acknowledged the club's willingness to consider serious offers and is already eyeing potential replacements, including Sporting CP's Ousmane Diomande. Once Palace secure a successor, Guehi's departure is expected to be sanctioned. With personal terms unlikely to be an issue and both clubs now engaged in concrete discussions, Liverpool are hopeful of finalising the deal before the transfer window closes. If completed, Guehi would be a key piece in Liverpool's defensive rebuild and could eventually step into a leadership role as the club plans for life beyond Konate.